All right, so about 5:30 on a 5:45 now on a Monday morning here at the house. This is my residence. This project started in March, end of February, March, and the design had been in my head for quite some time. This was certainly going to be an as-built situation from the very get-go. Had a lot of obstacles to cross, but just wanted to give you guys a shot of where we're at with things now. We certainly have a lot more to do, but we put a good lick on it and stayed out of harm's way doing it, so that's a good thing. But so here's the entrance as you're walking in. You see we got the radius wall. Then that's going to go into the raised outdoor kitchen. We left this step down here to access the perimeter of the yard, and we've also taken into account stepping down for drainage and utility access. We had a lot of, back here in this corner here, all my utilities run through there. So there was some things to account for there. In addition to drainage, we can't ruffle them guys up too much. They got a monopoly on us here, so we can bend it, but we can't break it. So got the pool pump put in. That's a pin air pump. It's very quiet. It does what it's supposed to do when it's supposed to do it. It's been real reliable for us. This one here has a quick clean mode, and it's just like I said, you can hear it here. I'll see if I can't get this model number for you here on this pin air. Yeah, good pump. When I had the pool landed, the whole idea was that I was going to do everything else other than crane it over the house. And we scheduled a Disney vacation for the kids there, and 10 days later came back and the pool was set 4 inches above grade, and that was to the bottom of the coping. Now add 2 1/4 of coping on there, and you see where I was at. So I had to excavate the whole backyard. Everything had to come out. And unfortunately, when I got over here by the back patio, what used to be the back patio here, the slab was cracking. It's typical older house. This house built 59 to 62, somewhere in there, and right off these corners here, these steps, they were cracking transversely and across. In some instances, I never would have suspected that they met the 4-inch high depth of concrete requirement, but they did, and in a lot of spots they exceeded it. Unfortunately, right here, out the back door, when I was taking the dingo across the equipment that was buggying, supposed to help me buggy some material around, and the time I had allotted to have it, I located sponge clay, which is it has a softness and compression, and the machine bounced, and then when I got off, I could even see it under my feet. It had to come out. So as I dug and dug and dug and dug and dug, I ended up the size of about a Volkswagen bus of material, excavated out of here. And the number 5 stone I had in the driveway that was allotted to help me get grade up and some other things in some places went all into here. So it was a layer of 5 stone, layer of dirt, layer of 5 stone, layer of dirt. And that's got to be plate compacted. And when you're doing it by yourself, it's time consuming. And it ate up my time on a machine, and I'm on a budget. So it, Lowe's and them, they don't tolerate it when you bring the stuff back late. So this is what's left of the concrete from the driveway, from the back patio there. You can see, you know, some of this stuff is rather thick. Some of it is 4 inches, but I got pretty decent sized hands. You can get an idea of what I'm dealing with here. But look, it ain't nothing but a little bit of work, you know. My dad told me when I was little, he said, if you're gonna be dumb, you better be strong. I'm plenty strong. Thanks, Dad. So we got the kids. When I got here, first thing I did when I built the house, or when I bought the house, I built this fence. Number 1 clear cedar, 6x6 posts, 8-foot centers. Did a 2x6 cap, routed the bottom, rolled the edge, did a 2-piece build up underneath, and then put a 5-degree bevel on the strips of number 1 clear cedar I had left over, and it created this arch look, and we love it. Very, very humble these days, man. So I built this tree house for the boys when we got here, right? They've taken over, it's their own. They built a bench in there, and it looks amazing. Amazing, right? So, so the idea was to put this thing together, folks, for the kids, and give them a cool place. And I got this mulberry tree I'm standing under. It drops berries, it's a pain in the neck, but we couldn't let it go. It was our the one tree we had that I kept. I cleared everything else out of here, and anyway, we got. I'm gonna give you an overview of the yard, where it's at now. I've got pictures of everything along the way. I'll stack throughout this video, and here's what I'll do. I'll just go to a voiceover, and I've seen it done on. I've never made a YouTube video, but I got 2 little boys that are good on a computer. So what I'll do is I'll go to a voiceover, and I can just concentrate on video and the walkthrough. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us. It's going to be pretty fun. I'll show you one more thing real quick before I let you go, because you got to see the look on my face every time I see this. I'm smiling now because I can see it and you can't. So I went over to a waterworks facility where they do big utility site work, and I knew what I was looking for, but I didn't know if I was going to pull the trigger on it or not. And dads will do things just to show their kids that they're still a kid too sometimes. It's all about seeing the look on their face for me. And look what I got. This is 32-inch double wall corrugated pipe. So double wall meaning this is a 2-piece deal that's pressed together. And what happens here is the inside's smooth. I think you know where we're going with this, right? So from the tree house here, right here, on a higher platform, I'm gonna cut the roof off this thing, build a higher platform. They are tore up that I'm gonna tear this tree house down, but I'll figure something out. When it's gonna come down, and it's gonna make daylight about right here, about 5 feet off the water top. So I think they're gonna love it. What we'll do is we're gonna figure out. My brother had a great idea of wrapping this thing, the inside of it, in linoleum. It was his first thought. You know, the waterproof type. Those things are used primarily in utility rooms and bathrooms, you know, because of they're not porous on top. But I think about the ass traffic this thing's gonna see, so I thought maybe for mica at one point, but then it dawned on me, why don't I just wax the inside of it and buff it? Let's see what that does. We use carriage bolts, got a round head on it. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. I won't put none in the bottom anyway. And then I pipe 3/4 water line over here to get a water supply up to it. And I've got some old Rainbird sprinkler heads for your landscape, for your lawn. We tried to take care of our turf around here, but I don't have a system, but I had a friend drop some off, and I think I'm gonna figure out a way to recess one of those in from the side on a 90 and try to get this water thing figured out where it's spraying water down. But I think the wax and the water together, I think it's all gonna be relevant. I think it's all gonna help. We'll see where it goes. We said we were going to go to a voiceover, but I get so tickled. All right, so we got the pump. We had, I had them pipe a couple future deviations in here. And what we did was I built a box out of these timbers. You see all these timbers throughout the project, these big 8x8 Douglas firs. They are monsters. I'll show you some pictures of me taking on these things by myself. Come between 12 and some of them were old 16s, and I tell you what, I picked one of them up on the toe end of it and got it up over my head and tried to walk down it. I've been messing with lumber a long time, so like I said, dumb, strong, and I thought I was gonna walk these things from down the road where they were at. It's probably, I don't know, 150 yards. So me and the kids got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I walked down there. I said, we're on a mission, guys. And anyway, I got this thing over my head, and I walked down it, and when I dropped it, it drove me straight to my knees. And you're probably thinking, well, what the hell did you think was gonna happen, dummy? I thought I was 34, but I'm 44. That's what happened. That's my story, and I'm gonna stick to it. Look, so we took these timbers, and I built this firebox here. This element burns beautifully. I got it stepped down to 2 pounds here. Got it regulated. I got gas pipe throughout because we gonna cook back here. That's what we're gonna do because we eat. That's what we do. We eat. So you gotta cook. Gas is efficient right now. We'll just wait for Congress to go ahead and screw that up too. But anyway, this isn't a political video. We'll talk about that on another video. This is probably gonna be my only video, so we're not gonna do that at all then. So what I did here, let's see if I can get you in a picture here. That spillway, look right there, I used 8x8s to match the Douglas fir timbers and turn them on the side there to give them a diamond. But the pipe is 2-inch foam core, and believe it or not, I cut them with a Sawzall with a bimetal blade in it, and I rolled them, and they just, as humbly as I can say this, they came out fantastic. I was really, really happy. And anyhow, I've railed on long enough. You're looking behind me, you can see this, these I-beams I built. They're all for this bed here. Look, well, let's go to voiceover. I'm gonna take you on a tour of the yard from gate to slide and back to gate. And then you can get an idea of what we did here, the cascading stairs. Again, we're not at a stopping point by no means. Lights are hanging, and you know, I got things wired, transformers wired up, and it's gonna be something pretty special. It'd be nice if somebody who wanted to show off and showcase their stuff could just say this without being cocky. If somebody could see the quality of the work that I'm doing, you know, that we do, and my family and the people that I know, we don't leave things half done. We don't accept anything less than the way it's supposed to be, which sometimes takes a little extra time, but it's totally worth it. And let me tell you something, I got 2 boys that are gonna be jumping, pulling, and their friends are as rowdy as they are. The stuff better hold up. That's a good, healthy reminder. But it's taught me to slow down and be patient with some things, and then other things, it gets time to boogie, and we boogie, right? So let me take you for a tour. So there's bed swing. The idea is that across the pool, in front of the fireplace, where it's about where I can't tell if you guys can see it or not, but on the back side in the center of that gable is going to be a fireplace and a chimney stack. And in front of that, we're going to have the big old TV. I'll put it on a telescopic mount so I can get it up in the rafters out of the weather. The idea there is to have movie night in the pool, so we're going to get some floating couches and be able to kick back, surround sound and all that. But this bed here, I couldn't believe some of the things that I found out. When I sunk these poles, I knew I had an idea. I was going to put a couple porch swings in here, but look at this here. Now, is that cool or what? That's a floating bed. It's going to be close to grade as I can get it. We'll put the LEDs under there and it'll light up this recess in this box, but it's 5 5/8 as it sits right now, about 5.5 inches below grade. I can get away with that without having any issues with drainage. I got 5/8 stone in here that's been rolled. It's soft on your feet, and what that's going to do is allow water to leach out of this field here, but everything swells and exits this way. We'll put some channel drain here along these along this back side up against these boxes. What I did, I took a couple of these timbers as I was doing this 12 inches of buildup here. I know it sounds crazy. 12 inches or so of buildup. What I did was I laid this timber in here with this fabric over it. See how it had, let's see if I can show you over here on the crawl door right here. This was the grade point. If you can look right here, you'll see my arrow. That's the top of my laser. And then, so we're an inch and a half below that. I'd have had to bury this crawl door and put a new access on the other side of the house, which really is no big deal. But it buried my vents and everything else. And then, so I come up with an idea, to do a raised pavilion with a step up 7 inches or so was in my head, because that's, about standard riser height on your stairs. So, yeah, we went with that. And there was a lot of site work. There's a lot of figuring, getting the layout and all that stuff is usually, for a dummy, it's pretty tough. Nah, just play. It's always a good time. I love figuring those things out, and I love seeing it come together. This one, my brother helped me hump 25 tons of material back here. And he did 75%. His name's Eric. He did 75% of it himself while I was busy doing other things. And my hat's off to that guy. That's one relationship that I can't be grateful enough for. Sometimes I don't think. My brother's a pretty special person. He loves my boys, and he's just been a great big help. His name's Eric, and he's single. Anyway, yeah. So we were below grade a great deal, and we had a lot of build up to do, which I'm gonna have to put a channel drain in here that was gonna have to be of the utility size, not a micro. And I didn't have a big fall on this. You're looking at about 12 feet here when it's all said and done. And I'm gonna go a full course of material off the edge of those boxes. As far as pavers go, I'll go a full course of material and then hit that drain. That's just gonna curb it, in my opinion. You don't run it dead into something like that. It just, you're gonna give yourself a point of entry for water. It could foul the system. And I don't play around my foundation of my home. I've seen, unfortunately, in my building career, I've seen people do that. And it never works out good. They make hydrolock and all these other things that you got to go down there and put on. And I swear to you, if you just do it right the first time, take your time, do it right the first time, you don't have to buy that junk. But that's just my opinion, which you know what that's like. So, yeah, here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there, and this is going to be it's going to be pretty cool. There's a view of that bed swing at the end there. We'll put some personal cabanas, little cabanas. That's what those right there are. They were given to me by a friend, and Yaz, and I appreciate that, Yaz, my doctor buddy. And what we're gonna do is take those, and we're gonna make them their own little unit, their own little special place for our guests. And we've got some good, clean friends that don't party too hard, and they're just our type of people, and just the type of people that you could trust to come around your house and appreciate your hard work, and get along, and be the kind of people that when it's time to go, get the hell out of here. I'm just teasing. We like to have fun around here, and I see my boys are watching the Smurfs. I'm gonna go in and kiss them. I got a meeting to go to this morning. Thanks for spending time with me making this video. We're already 26 minutes in. You don't want to hear me talk this long. If you're still hanging on though, I'll answer any questions that I get. And listen, go out and do the next right thing today. I'll make a couple more videos. I was almost 300 pounds. November 24th, I was 286 pounds. Down about 220 now. And we are in just May. I was born in 78, and I'm 44 years old. I'm gonna train for a half triathlon. But anyway, we'll get into all that later. Look, y'all go out and kill it today. If you're where I'm at, the sun's shining, so I'm wasting time for a very good reason, but I gotta get after it and take advantage of this day. God bless you.